History of Islam. Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik. Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik. Sulaiman was 4 years younger than his brother Walid. After Walid's death, he pledged allegiance to the caliphate in Jamadi al-Thani 96 AH. In this matter, Hajjaj and Walid were cousins. Therefore, Sulaiman had a strong enmity with both Hajjaj and Qutbah. Hajjaj had died before Sulaiman became caliph. There was a sense of what kind of treatment would be done to me during the caliphate of Sulaiman. The killing of Qutbah bin Muslim Bali Amir Khorasan, when Sanaka Walid died and Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik ascended the throne in his place, he gathered all the existing army and generals of Khorasan and expressed his opinion that the caliphate of Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik, the army that Qutbah had, a great part of it belonged to Banu Tamim. The chief of Banu Tamim was Waqi. Waqi saw this color and began to take the allegiance of Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik from the people. Gradually, the news spread throughout the army and all the tribes gathered around the Waqiyah. Qutbah tried every bit to make people listen to him and understand him, but then no one asked him and they started making insults openly. Qutbah was accompanied by her brothers, sons and relatives. Finally, the soldiers started plundering and burning everything belonging to Qutbah. And finally, Qutbah also fell unconscious on the ground after receiving many wounds and people immediately cut off his head. Only the brothers and sons of Qutbah were killed. Only one of his brothers Umar bin Muslim survived. That his mother was from the tribe of Banu Tamim, and Waqi sent Qutbah's head and her ring to Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik from Khorasan. Qutbah bin Muslim was a very victorious and famous leader among the chieftains of the Banu Umayyad family. Such a death of such a mighty chief is a very sad accident, but as he had acted with incessant fear in trying against the caliph, therefore, no blame can be placed on Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik for the murder of Qutbah. Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik. Death of Muhammad bin Qasim, may God have mercy on him. The biggest blame is placed on Sulaiman bin Abdul Malik in the case of Muhammad bin Qasim. If Sulaiman had enmity with Hajjaj, then this enmity should not have spread to the relatives of Hajjaj for no reason. But it is a pity that Sulaiman Muhammad bin Qasim, may God bless him and grant him peace, was also considered to be hard-headed and necked in the same way as he considered the pilgrims. Muhammad bin Qasim was very wise, brave and persistent, good-willed and a righteous young man. This young man won the conquests of Sind and India. On the one hand, I proved myself more than Rustam and Iskandar. On the other hand, he appeared to be more just and loyal to his subjects than Nashirwan Adel. Even after Hajjaj's death, he was busy in conquering and ruling the country in the same way as he was in Hajjaj's life. There was an eye for compliance, and this was also the biggest argument that Muhammad bin Qasim had a very high level of military ability. Such a young man who had such a great start, if he had been trained and acted upon, he would have conquered all of Asia as far as China and Japan for Sulaiman ibn Abdul Malik. Defeated, he sent Yazid bin Abi Kabsha as governor of Sind and ordered to arrest Muhammad bin Qasim and send him. There is nothing more shameful for a caliph or a sultan than to reward the noble and commendable deeds of his chiefs with imprisonment instead of praise and honor. Yazid bin Abi Kabsha came to Sind and could not defeat Muhammad bin Qasim by force. When the companions of Muhammad bin Qasim, may God have mercy on him, came to know about this unreasonable order of the caliph, they said to Muhammad bin Qasim that you should not obey this order at all. The hand of Caliph Sulaiman can never reach you is also the fact that in order to defeat Muhammad bin Qasim, may Allah have mercy on him, Caliph Sulaiman had to use the full force of his caliphate. Because of the dearness of his heart to Allah, there were such means that every particle of the desert of Sind would have tried to help him, but this righteous young man immediately surrendered himself to Ibn Abi Kabsha Daya and said that the crime of disobeying the order of the Caliphate will never be committed by me. So, after arresting Muhammad bin Qasim, may Allah have mercy on him, Ibn Abi Kabsha sent him to Damascus. There, by the order of Sulaiman, he was imprisoned in the prison of Wazit, and Salih bin Abd al-Rahman imposed on him, who killed him by giving him all sorts of pains.